The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Let's go. It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
All right, let's do this. Welcome back in from the weekend. Brian and Kenzie, Q101. We have a lot for you today. Let's get that out first. At 7:20, NASCAR Chicago street race tickets in Clash with Kenzie. That is epic all week long up until the race this coming weekend. And then at 9, a chance to see the Lumineers at the Hollywood Bowl. A full trip to L.A. to see the Lumineers, 9 a.m. That's a couple of the pivotal points to put in your phone to know the giveaway stuff.
It's so funny is that I didn't realize that was like a flyaway contest. I go, where's the Hollywood Bowl in Chicago?
Kenzie, is that next to the Hollywood Grill?
That's what I said.
It's on Hollywood Boulevard at the end of Lakeshore Drive. Get to Hollywood there. And
I'm like, that sounds rinky-dinky.
Yeah,
and then I didn't realize. That's pretty exciting, actually.
It's a pretty pivotal, iconic place, the Hollywood Bowl, and you will be there for the Lumineers. Will be epic. So that's at 9 a.m. Just put 7:20 and 9 in your phone if you want to. The prize pig's out there. You want to get this stuff. I want you guys to win this stuff. It's incredible prizes. I also want to hear from the weekend. Give that proof of life. 312-591-8300. That's how you communicate for the next 4 hours. And hopefully you check it on the cameras on YouTube. Subscribe to Q101's YouTube page and Q101.com. Because I walked in to before we even get the show started, let me tell you what I walk into here.
What?
Kenzie's got a big Amazon package. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, you'll see. I just put a video up at Q101's Facebook page. You can see there, too. But she all of a sudden started putting something over her seat, like she was pimping her ride, like the seat that she sits in across from me. If you see in the studio how we do this. We have several microphones. It's a kind of leather. Oh, maybe it's extra padding. And then I want you to explain what you just put on your seat.
So here's the deal. I've been here, was it been almost 2 months?
Like 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And since day one, I'm like, hey, Brian, I can see my breath. It's so cold in here. It is about 60 degrees in the studio.
And before you continue, the equipment in here gets hot, and radio studios
That's
usually...
bull crap. It can handle normal temperatures.
Radio studios are typically...
It doesn't burst into flames at like 68 degrees like a traditional room.
Radio studios are typically cooler, like TV studios. If you've ever been in one, they're cooler to keep the gear because there's so much stuff going on in here. I don't control the temperature. She believes that. I don't control it.
Brian is amazing when something's not going the way he wants and sending an email. And I've been asking for 2 months to be like, hey, do you think they could bump it up to just a traditional temperature?
Right.
Because I am near the vent and like my hair actually blows during the show. It is unbelievable.
And it looks fabulous, by the way, when it's blowing.
So I've had enough. I cannot rely on you, Brian. You don't care at all.
I care.
How many emails I've been tagged on of your complaints? And I have one request, and you never sent the email. So I have bought a state-of-the-art with different settings. I think it vibrates, too. Seat heating. It's pleather. Way better, baby. Okay. It heats up. It's my butt. It's my back. It has different temperatures. It needs my back, which is nice.
It is ridiculous.
No, it's not.
What she just put on the seat in here that she's going to sit on from now on during the show.
Yes. So that way I can, you know what's sickening? I am literally out of winter clothes to wear in the summer here. I am out. I wore winter clothes in the winter, and I'm still wearing them to work because it's 60 degrees.
Now, what if you have that and you get all cozy and you start falling asleep on the show
Honestly,
then?
that's on you because I asked you to raise the temperature in here like 7 times. So I get a little nappy.
See,
bad.
Kenzie sits, I stand. I've always stood and I like it cold.
I can't see you if I stand. This chair is higher than my height.
Well, it's short king over here. So, yeah, I get the energy level from standing and being cold during 4 hours here for you guys. That's the suffer. That's the struggle that we do, at least I do. For the people every morning.
This is your ideal temperature. That's why you won't change it.
Yeah, but you're sitting now in a massage chair.
Yeah.
Now in the studio.
Look what you did. Maybe you should have caved a little earlier on what I asked for.
But then I wouldn't get what I want. I need it colder, and I need this slap in the face to get my energy out in the morning.
That's not what I need. I need a back rub. I don't like slaps in the face.
Please go to the cameras and also the Q101's Facebook
really
page.
nice, though.
I will say, it looks incredible. It looks like something you'd put on your modding your car, and you add this stuff in there to make the seats look incredible.
Well,
That's what it looks
there's
like.
a car. So thank God I also Friday was checking for plugins near me because I was like, I don't want to go to I don't want the batteries to die on me. I can't have that. So I have a plug-in, and it can convert to the car too. It came with a little car plug-in.
How much that cost? I want to know the price. For you hesitating, it can't be cheap.
It's not like that bad.
Did you get it on Amazon?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of options, but I wanted to be toasty.
Maybe you know what? Maybe.
What?
Hold on. When you come back, we'll say the price of what she spent to heat her seat during the show. And I know it's going to be ridiculous.
Well, you're going to owe me the money for this.
No,
You're going to go have this
no.
because you didn't raise the temperature in the room.
That's all my fault. Sure.
Yeah, so
We'll
you owe
find
me
out how much
money.
it costs in a sec. I can't.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
I was just explaining that Kenzie had purchased herself I don't know what to call it, a seat heater, a massage chair for the studio because it's
a combo.
It's too cold in here. Our studios are very cold, and that's the way it should be in the world. It should be cold and crisp, so we're fresh. We get up to early like you guys do.
No, it doesn't make me feel good when I'm cold.
Yeah.
I seriously, I'm somebody who, when I'm cold, I get sleepy. Like, I start to actually shut down. And I've told you that, and you don't care.
I care deeply.
No, you don't.
I listen.
No, you don't. You first off, you don't listen to anything I say, and you know that. That's why you're laughing so hard. And for 2 months, I've asked if we could just bring it up to even 68 degrees in here, like a basic. It's not like hot. And you've completely ignored me and
That's
then
not
rolled
true.
into traffic.
I've said a few things in the hallway in passing to our engineer.
No, you haven't.
I have, but just in passing. Like, hi, hey, Burger, what's up? Maybe the temperature can go up a little bit, but if not, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I actually like it the way it is. Because you love this.
I do. I love it
So
cold.
here's the thing. I don't sit around and complain about things.
Well, you did for a long time.
Well, I asked you, actually. It's called a question, and you just never followed through. But that's fine.
Came through as complaining.
I'm a problem
to
solver.
me.
Okay? You block me out anyway. There's no difference. But it's so cold, and I'm a problem solver.
Yeah.
So I went and bought this portable leather seat cover, baby.
You can see the video at
looks
Q101's
nice.
Facebook page right now, or on the cameras, the Q101.com and our YouTube page. But now the question comes. I got to know how much that thing cost.
It's actually not expensive.
You hesitated when I asked you.
I did, and then I went on Amazon to double check.
So you didn't even know what you paid for. You just bought
I
it.
didn't even care. I would have signed my soul away. I'm so cold in here.
It looks amazing, by the way.
And it's a really good deal.
How much was it?
It was $50. It's $49.99.
That's it?
Yeah, free shipping, too.
Okay, listen, I'm fine. Listen.
That's a pretty good deal.
I thought it was going to be like $200.
No! I thought it was $75, but I was looking at a few, and I think I went with this one with the reviews. Because the temperatures on this one are insane. So there's 3 settings. There's high, medium, low.
Yeah.
How hot do you think the high gets?
I'd say, well, hot for your body. You can't. I think your body skin burns at 100 degrees or 95 degrees.
Okay. The hot on this chair gets to 140.
What? 140? Hot tubs aren't supposed to go.
I thought it was getting a little toasty, and I'm like, this is really working. The medium's 113, and then the low is 86.
86 is that's it. All right. Look, what I'm concerned about is you're going to get too cozy in here, and your personality's going to change. You're going to be calmer and just nicer and a peach.
Well, half the people complain about me having high energy anyway, so this is the problem solver for me.
You guys judge the rest of the show today. Because it's the first show with the seat heater. And you just
Case
judge.
liked it. Case came in here and tried it.
Of course, he almost fell asleep when he laid on. That's why we can't have
beautiful.
that. It's Q101 Beats Weather at Picnic with Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, time for a fact that makes your brain just blow up here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And it was super hot Friday and Saturday. Now, today's not going to be too bad, but we're going to get back to those 90s. Good Chicago summer here, which is great. Maybe you grew up like me, didn't have air conditioning. No air conditioning. Just had to sleep in my tighty whities in a pool of sweat.
I did not want that image at all.
Picture that. I know our boys at the Double Features do a lot of great graphic design work. I'm sure that's coming up soon now.
Yikes. The problem is that those are the same color as your skin. You are so pale.
Well, I'm Lebanese, so I was darker then. I guess I'm not now. I don't know why I got so pale.
I saw your legs for the first time at the Revivalists.
Yeah.
I was in shock that your face looked tan compared to your legs.
Does my face look tanner than my legs?
Yeah.
The white legs, man.
I was like, wow.
I'll get out there and get some sun soon.
If Casper had legs,
Yep.
that's exactly what they'd look like.
Clear. But here's how you can stay cool without air conditioning, without fancy homes with all the blowing and buying the extra fans and stuff like that. You can buy the cooling fans without any of that. Here's step one. Freeze your pajamas. Put your pajamas, whatever you wear at night, in the freezer. You put them in a plastic bag, toss them in the freezer. You do the same thing every night. You can do it with your pillowcase, too. I don't think I'd love to know if someone does that. One of our crew members at 312-591-8300.
That just wouldn't last long, though.
Well, it's enough for when you fall asleep, and then you're cool. I
just feel like you'd put it on, and immediately your actual body temperature would just change it almost instantly.
It doesn't. I think it lasts a little bit, but if you don't like that one, how about this? Use a hot water bottle. Now, it seems like wrong to put hot water, but the idea is to raise your core temperature before you go to bed. Fill it with warm water and put it on your feet before you get in the bed. And then you take it off. It's tricking your body into feeling it's colder than it is when you get in the bed.
Like in the sheets and stuff, it feels chilly. Oh, I could see that working.
Yeah.
You know what you could do with the pajamas, too?
What's that?
If you got them lightly damp and then put them in the freezer, you'll, then you get some crunchies.
Some ice cubes?
Well, like a little bit. Not soaking. That'd be a problem. But like a little bit. Because otherwise, your body's just going to change it right away. But if there's actually little frozen chunks on there, I suppose it would last longer.
Frozen chunks in the bedroom.
I feel like, maybe you have like a moldy mattress, but still.
I clean the sheets once every 2 weeks, somewhere in there. 3 weeks, month.
Yikes.
2 months,
Megan's
4 months.
probably doing it.
Also, do not sleep naked if you want to be cool. Do not sleep naked because when you sweat, it just collects on your skin instead of being absorbed by your clothes. Instead, wear some very loose-fitting, light, made of natural fibers like cotton. And maybe that's a better way. Sleeping naked, it's better to wear clothes. You'll be cooler. Isn't that weird?
So weird.
Also, don't share the covers. If you sleep with a significant other, you're both under there, the body heat, get on.
That's the thing is my husband, it's like we go to bed and he's hotter than the sun. I don't understand. And he always wants to cuddle. And I'm like, oh my God.
He wants to cuddle?
Yeah, he's a big cuddler. Mm-hmm. He does. He's a big cuddler.
Okay.
You don't like to cuddle Megan?
No, I twitch too much. She can't handle it. I throw her off the bed.
Well, that's the thing is that he's also, what are you? What are you, 6'1"?
6'4" and a quarter.
5'10"? What are you?
6'4" and a quarter.
So my husband's 6'3", and his limbs weigh so much when he falls asleep. You know, the dead weight?
Yeah.
So his arms over me, I'm like, oh my God, I can't, it starts to, I feel like I can't breathe after a while.
Mine are light. I have light limbs.
No, you don't.
I have bingo wings right now. I got to do some curls, man. I don't know what's going on with this flabby skin underneath.
Yeah, what do they call those, like bat arms or something?
Bingo wings is one that I use. Arms?
What's bingo?
I don't know. I heard it on The Sopranos once. Paulie Walnuts called it bingo wings.
I don't know what that means.
When you have the fleshy.
Because older people have it.
Yeah.
They play bingo a lot.
I guess maybe. Maybe Google bingo wings and see what comes up.
God, we're gonna get so many viruses on this computer.
And there's some facts and hopefully some tips for you to stay cool in the Chicago summertime when it hits 90 with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, the two biggest things of the last 24 hours here, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. First off, I mentioned bingo wings in the fact about raising your arm up and you have the flabby skin below your bicep. And on The Sopranos, I heard Paulie Walnuts call that bingo wings. I got to do more push-ups and curls for the girls, as they say. And
you have to do a curl for the girl. You don't get to say plural anymore.
Well, I'm married, but I'm not dead.
Hey,
you don't know.
I will not accept that.
I want to look good for Megan to say, hey, her hubby has nice arms. So I got to do more curls for the girls, but it's for my wife, of course. She's out of town, but hey,
Why would you throw that out there publicly on the radio? You creeper. I do not approve of this conversation. I'm Team Megan.
So Kenzie Googled bingo wings to give us what it is.
Yeah, because I just I didn't understand the origin of the name.
Yeah.
But it really does come from older people play bingo, and they lift their arm up when they have bingo and yell it, and that's it. Then it flaps.
It's very rare, but older people's arms are flabby, so bingo wings, if you're younger, you have that. You got to do some curls or push-ups or something. There you go. That's one. And then also World War III almost started over the weekend.
What?
You're not
Like
aware?
between you and Megan?
No.
Oh, what do you mean?
Countries, Russia. You turn on the news. I know your son had a lot of competitive tournament baseball games over the
Oh, there's
weekend.
so much baseball this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
I missed the war. What happened?
Well, there was a war, kind of inside Russia, a civil war, where the mercenaries that Putin has kind of paid to attack the Ukraine revolted and came back for him toward Moscow. And they went through with tanks, and it was literally someone that could go in there and take over all the nuclear weapons that they have. This was scary, and no one seems to care or know about it because on Sunday it all got calmed down, and they said, yeah, we'll leave. We'll go to Belarus. We'll get out of Russia. We'll do that. And
There was probably some other things that happened. You just don't know. It's
I'm
like
giving-
internal conversations.
I'm giving you the Cliff Notes
I like
you,
Cliff Notes.
you were busy with baseball.
I was. It was. Listen, I'm doing my best to raise a 9-year-old, and it was a tournament. I don't know what to do. I was not near any type of TV. I wasn't on my phone a lot because we played back-to-back games.
Yeah, is this amazing?
And
that-
then I guess it died down the next day. So what am I supposed to do?
I mean, literally, it was not the number one trending thing on Twitter. When I went there, the Cubs-Cardinals game was way above it trending.
Of course.
In London, those games.
Because I didn't know the score of those, even though I wasn't near TV.
Yeah. I'm just trying to let people know that there was almost somebody else in charge of the most nuclear weapons in the world.
So this is not the most important part of this at all, but it's interesting. Okay?
The nuclear weapons part?
No, like there being another world war. Okay?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if there actually was a World War III, you know how like everyone does that as an analogy? Like, oh, it's going to be World War III up in here.
Yeah.
You'd have to adjust. You have to be like, oh, it's going to be World War IV up in here.
Oh, my God.
Because, you're like, oh, geez, it's going to be World War III between me and him. Like, that's a saying.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to shift. Could you imagine being like there was a World War III?
So what you're saying is, if they wanted your attention over the weekend, they should have said World War IV is about to happen.
Or you're no longer going to be able to use this analogy you've been using your entire life.
Yeah, it would have raised your
What an
ears up.
adjustment.
Yeah.
You know, and that is not the most important part of that. I'm just saying it's an observation.
Yeah, and I'm saying you're right because people say World War III all the time. It's gotten watered down.
Yeah, it's your example for a big argument. But once that exists, hopefully never.
Well, hopefully never.
But it was almost time to retire the saying. We had to be like, oh, it's going to be World War IV up in here.
I got to say it's very astute because that would have gotten people's attention that really there was almost a civil war in Russia, a takeover of the nuclear weapons and of a guy that is just a pure mercenary, meaning anybody could pay him to launch a missile. I believe there was a movie like that. Under Siege. Maybe it was Under Siege 2 with Steven Seagal.
They made 2 of those.
There was 2.
Yikes.
Oh, you're missing out if you haven't seen both. There was an Under Siege 2, and I believe that was the guy who secured nuclear missiles and could launch them for money at any other country he would, so he started taking billions of dollars for it. Of course, Steven Seagal saved the day. Sorry for the spoiler on Under Siege 2.
Well, great. Now I won't watch it.
Were you really going to sit down in your electric chair and watch
I'm
Under
bringing this
Siege
home
2?
as portable.
Yeah. Well, it's Q101. Everything's fine. Don't worry. We're safe here in Chicago.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, about a half hour away, NASCAR Chicago street race tickets, and you clash with Kenzie. We'll get to sports before that, but first, Gil Curtis comes in with your headlines of the weekend, stuff that happened.
This is not headline news. Motley Crue might be teasing a small club show. Club can't be too small, though, or Vince Neil won't fit inside.
Oh, jeez.
Baby shark bath toys are being recalled because they caused cuts and stab injuries. But the worst damage they've done is getting that stupid song stuck in parents' heads. People are complaining online that the SpongeBob popsicle doesn't have gumball eyes anymore. Yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed to lose our next war, aren't we? And the U.S. will host the FIFA World Cup in 2025. So you have another 2 years before you have to pretend you care about soccer. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.